MD is the biggest and baddest hardcore bodybuilding mag and website in the world. MD is #1. No bull.
All right, Bob Chick, continuing coverage here at the New York Pro. I'm here with Jon and Juan. No, it's not a new singing tag team duo. It is your second and third place finisher here at the New York Pro. Congratulations, Jon. You had your legion of fans out there, boy, in full support, and you gave a big push, but a tough competition, but still a great finish.
Yeah, I'm very happy with the finish here. Juan is obviously an incredible athlete, and Rami is just Rami. So to come in third with the lineup that was here today it's great, you know.
Yeah, well, certainly, you know, to be commended. Like I say, not an easy lineup here. Top three is always a good thing, of course, and more importantly, more points obviously towards the Olympia. Where are you at with that now in terms of competition? We've got a few left, obviously, still going for that win, looking to gain some points. Definitely want to be on the Olympia stage.
Yeah. Well, definitely the goal is to be on the Olympia stage, but I kind of got that old school mentality that I want to go in on a win. But you know, I'm kind of giving a thought of just pulling back, not doing Toronto. I'm signed up for Toronto. So
do Toronto, man.
Yeah. So I want to do Toronto. I'm signed up for it. Just running out of gas a bit. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, that's the name of the game, is keeping enough fuel in the tank to keep you going. Runner-up finisher, Big Diesel in the house. Boy, you had the fans chanting out there, going back and forth. We know you got a huge legion of fans here in the New York area, of course. Both of you guys, of course, from New York. Give me your thoughts on today's competition, Juan.
It was amazing. I had so much fun. I feel incredible, and hands down, Rami is a true beast, is the word. You know, I mean, just looking at him, your jaw drops. Much respect, and I'm very, very pleased with the results, and I'm very pleased with my placing. I'm going to be in Toronto in 2 weeks, and hopefully qualify there. You know, and if I don't, you know, who knows what, you know, who knows what else has been planned for the future. So,
well, you've had a pretty good, both of you guys have had a great run. You know, Brazil, obviously, for both of you, have very good finishes, of course, there. Once again, here, both of you guys in the top 5. Big Rami is a beast. I mean, he's 285 pounds on stage. That's tough to go up against, bro.
You look at him and you're just like, is that real? It feels like, you know, I mean, in the magazines just a few years ago, they showed the evolution of bodybuilding, and they showed how these guys were like, you know, he has a small waist, these big sweeping, these quads, they just look ridiculous. They look like somebody just drew them on, and everything else, they look like they drew it on in a small little waist. So it's like you're fighting against somebody who's a cartoon character who eventually is, you know, future Mr. Olympia. I mean,
certainly could be, yeah.
Potentially, you know, I mean, he has all the tools. You know, I mean, it's just.
Well, you're both cartoon characters. There's no question about that in your various ways. But both of you guys got to be very pleased with the improvements that you've made, obviously, throughout the year. Jon, you made significant improvement. You look great in Brazil, but you seem to hold it better a little bit together throughout New York, where obviously one of the knocks in Brazil was you came out strong, kind of faded a little bit off. This one seemed a lot more consistent.
Yeah, I think the flying over there, I've never traveled that far, so I think that on top of not sleeping much, and you know, I think not making excuses, but I think that may have had something to do with it.
Leisure driving you to show, isn't it?
Yeah, here I was at home, I was comfortable. You know, I knew that the crowd was going to be here to support me, so it was made things a lot easier on my body. You know.
Well, Jon, both of you are a little bit old school, obviously in the bodybuilding mentality, which is appreciated by somebody like myself. Juan, we got a chance to catch up a little bit just the other day. Is a win necessary to get to the Olympia, or is it merely the experience of getting there, getting your feet wet, being a part of the Olympia experience? Like, where are you at and all that?
I wanna win. I wanna feel like I deserve to be there. Even though, like we spoke, you said like back, you know, just not too long ago it was top 3, but I want to feel like I go there, I go to the Olympia, and I could be in the top 10. You know, and not just feel like, well, I'm just going to show up and maybe get 15, 12, and maybe I'll get top 10, but, you know, I mean, you never know. But I want to have that confidence, say, well, I want to show I'm good enough to be there, you know. That's my mentality, and I want to just feel like I deserve there.
Well, I think nobody would argue the fact that both of you guys are deserving of going to the Olympia. Both of you have certainly substantial points, obviously, going that way. Hopefully we'll see you both in Toronto. I'm thinking you got just enough gas in the tank, Jon, to eke one more out. Juan, I know you're going to be there in full force.
Yes, I'll be there, and hopefully he comes and he joins me. A lot of people don't know. I mean, they do know that me and Jon are very close. We're like brothers, we're family. But we also train together at least 3 times a week, and we're very supportive of each other. We have a lot of love for each other, and, you know, I love you, man.
Sounds like you're going to Toronto, bud. So, all right. Well, that's going to wrap it up for these two champs. They will both be in Toronto, I am sure, in 2 weeks' time. So we'll see how that pans out. Maybe one of these guys can get the win. Either way, I got a sneaky feeling we're going to see them both in Las Vegas.
MD is the biggest and baddest hardcore bodybuilding mag and website in the world. MD is #1. No bull.